hopefully this is working this time. I've got a big tick by the Facebook thing, so... there we are. Look at that. Technology, don't you just love it? Oh, jeez.
This is why we don't trust old fogies with modern technology.
Hey, less of the old fogey. Oh, dear. Technology, don't you just love it? Anyways. Are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, yes.
We shall begin. Hi, Thomas. Yes, only when it works. Yes, absolutely. Evening, Peter. Well, it's evening for you. It's afternoon for me.
It's evening for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dear. It's a bit like changing your clock in your car because you only do it every 6 months. You forget how to do it. I know this is only a month ago, but hey, I've forgotten what to do.
And this is why we should put the smarter of the two of us in charge of these kinds of things. Isn't that right, Dad? Isn't that right, Dad?
I see. I knew there was a reason why I didn't bother inviting you on the last couple of occasions. I don't get any abuse then.
Right, how do I leave this broadcast? Just hit the...
Yeah, I can hit the edit if you want. Anyway, we have 28 viewers on right now. Look at you guys going on Saturday evening.
Aren't we popular?
Yeah.
Right, we'll give it another minute. Let people flood in, and then we'll get started.
Yeah. Otherwise, people will be asking, "Did you cover such and such a subject?" Yes, we did. But as before, we will record it. We'll upload it onto the YouTube channel so you can have a revisit later. Evening, Peter. Evening, Alex. Hi, David. David, South London. Should do roll call, find out where everybody is in the country. All right, I think we'll kick off.
Yep.
Okay, so if you guys didn't want any questions asking, then just put them in the feed, and we'll answer them in due course. Probably I'll end up covering a lot of what what we're going to be covering anyway. Joe, no, we're covering that in a bit. Don't worry, hang in there. So first topic, COVID. This is affecting everybody. It's affecting everything in day-to-day life. It's just what it is. We've been affected as much as everybody, not just kind of, with our day-to-day lives, but with the business as well. That being said, everything is still moving along. Admittedly, it's moving slower than what we would actually prefer, but we are actually still moving ahead. Mm-hmm. So rest assured that I know we gave an original delivery date, and that has continually moved, which we're well aware of, and people are getting a little frustrated. I would just err in the side of caution. Just please be patient with us. We can only go as fast as other things around us that we have no control over whatsoever. The biggest concern we have right now is shipping lines, because of them kind of running into Christmas. They're already at minimal capacity right now as it is, and what is being used up is, you know, is kind of going quickly. So right now we're just trying to get a slot on a container ship so we can ship the container for the GT3. So one thing we have noticed is that people will read the newsletter and then ask us questions about stuff that is within the newsletter. Just an FYI, we can see if you've opened the newsletter. So, you know, please, we love answering your emails, but just have a full read through. Not everything might apply to you if you've ordered the GT3 and there's stuff in there about the leader or the DHP1 or the Concert All Wagons or whatever else we've got going at the time. We just pack a lot into it because, you know, there's a whole lot going on. But just scan through it, just, you know, bring yourselves up to speed, and then, you know, everything's good. So the GT3, we have a nice picture. She's looking good. As I say, we're well into assembly. That should be completed very, very soon. And as I say, we're actively seeking a container right now to be able to load on a ship. Sorry, not the container, the actual slot on the ship. Getting the container is the easy bit. But the actual getting it on a ship and then getting it dispatched is the issue right now. So it's just finding capacity. So, you know, at the end of the day, we will keep you up to date with a delivery date at the, you know, once we can actually get it onto a ship. We'll know then with transit time and getting into the ports and then getting into the warehouse, and so that whole shenanigans. But yes, we, you know, we're well on track with that. The FEL, we should have the new revised samples for that. Where are we now? 21st. We should get our hands on those by the end of this month, if not early part of next month, December. Those have just been finished the assembly now, so that's another, you know, as I say, project that, you know, we've definitely fallen in love with, and so have our customers. So that's going, you know, swimmingly right now. We're going to do track testing with that. We're going to finalize the sound on that. We should have a video of that running as well. So you can all view that on our YouTube channel. Those who've pre-ordered the Concert All Wagon as well, the take-up on that has been very, very strong. There's not a whole lot of capacity left on that. So if you've not put your expression of interest in for the concert, I suggest you do so quickly, because the allocation right now is going quickly. So I think we're less than a quarter of the pre-order already, or the pre-allocation already been allocated. So yeah, I'd get in there quick. I wouldn't sit on the fence too long, otherwise you'll end up missing out. We had quite a number of emails as well following the last newsletter that we sent out, because we didn't put anything about the leader. We didn't do it for the simple fact is we have nothing else to report on it right now. The CAD work is underway, but that's been slow because of certain restrictions. But right now we should have the CAD drawings complete early part of the year, next year. So that'll be a full release on the CAD drawings. We'll open the order book. The way that we're going to do the leader as well is it's going to be 3 options. We're going to have DCC fitted, DC, and DCC sound. So you'll be able to have the three options for that when you come to order it. So, so any other questions? Let's Mike, do you want to handle those?
Yep, I can absolutely do that. From Thomas Corkill, is the ore wagon just expression of interest, or is payment being taken? Right now, it's still an expression of interest. It's on our website. All you got to do is sign up, name, address, phone number if that suits you, and as soon as it's available for purchase, you'll be among the first to know. Because we'll be sending out a newsletter for those who have signed up via the expression of interest. We're hoping that sooner rather than later as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes right. If everything goes swimmingly, then not too long of a wait for that.
Well, the good news with the Concert ore wagon as well is we had a notification through not long ago, a couple of days actually, that the EP samples for those should be here by the middle of December. So we'll do some track testing. So we'll shoot up a video and photos of the ore wagon, and then we'll go into you know, so people can see exactly what they're going for as well.
We're very excited to get those as well. So from Lewis Porto, is there a second run of the GT3? Yes, there is currently a sign-up page on our website for that as well. Before we start taking money for the second run, we do want to finish this first run first. So there might be a bit of a wait on that. Until it gets delivered and people are happy with it. But we are taking expressions of interest. So when that goes live, people will be notified as soon as it does. So next question from Peter Gower: will you produce models in other scales, N gauge, O gauge, 009? That depends on if the interest is there. We've tried to dip our toe into the N gauge market for now, and so far the interest has been slow. It's nowhere near as big as 00, but we would like to dip into other gauges. Yes, we would like to. Whether that actually comes to fruition or not, we don't know. We can't speak about the future. We can't, guess what people would like, but we would very much like to.
I mean, we're well aware of the historical background with the N-gauge market and certain individuals. We're clearly not going to be entering into a market with a product that we cannot sell. So if we bring out a product without using our installment plan system, then the downside to that is we would have invested all that money in developing and producing and manufacturing models. Bearing in mind, we have to, bring out a certain quantity level to make it viable at the factory. So then you've then got the issue of, okay, well, we've got a whole thwack of stock then that we're not going to sell. That is dead money. We're still only the new kid on the block to actually, bring models, to market. So maybe in a couple of years we can definitely be in a position to go, we'll just go for it. And we can drip feed sales of N-gauge stuff after that. So Martin Feldwick, no, the Shay is not just a pipe dream. It's definitely, it's definitely coming along. We have had a few challenges with regards to, because there will be two models of it. There'll be the one that ran around the BC forests. There's also one that ran in Wisconsin. They're completely different. similar chassis, but things like there's a big smoke box on it that's different. There's lights that's different on it, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's still work in progress right now.
Right. Michael Atkinson, have you plans to follow GT3 with the Metropolitan Vickers 18,001 gas turbine? So we get. Go on. You want to say something, don't you?
No, I'm just sitting here.
You love watching me panic, don't you? Right. So do we have any plans to follow the GT3 with the Metropolitan Vickers 18,001 gas turbine? At the moment, we go through, as we said in the World of Railways interview that we had with them. We go through on a case-by-case basis of each model that we determine, what would sell, what would be viable. So at the moment, not right now. If we get enough people asking for it, then obviously we will seriously consider it, much like we've considered the Leader, the Concert Iron Ore Wagon, and plenty more to follow. That being said, if anybody does have any models they would like to see in the future made by us, in 00, in N, by all means, email me personally. And obviously your recommendation will be considered. So it's michael@krmodels.co.uk. Feel free to email me there with any of your wish lists. But at the moment, for that specific model, for the Vickers 18,001, not at this current time. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, I mean, the only thing I would say is obviously the 18,000 is being produced by Helgium, so there's definitely a gap there to be able to facilitate. But as Michael said, at the end of the day, there has to be a market there for it. What we think could be a great idea, fantastic model, because we've got all the data, we can produce it. That isn't the issue. It's whether it will sell. At the end of the day, this is why we do. People have said, well, why do you do the expression of interest? It's to test the market. We're not about to leap in with a model that we think is a great idea, because we've got a whole bunch on the wish list, but probably 80% of them won't sell. The classic example is the turbo motive. We've been asked millions of times about doing that, and that's just a modified version of the standard steam locomotive that's already out there anyways. We could be bitten to the post by that very easily. So no, that's not what we're here to do. Yes, we want to bring models that that haven't been produced before, to fill gaps in the market. So in answer to Joe's question, I'm not too sure if we're actually going to follow down that route, but there's lots of things that we can go into. We have sourced out a series of very interesting wagons as well that we think could be good sellers for the small industrial end-to-end layouts that a lot of guys have got, or limited space ones. So that's kind of really good as far as that goes, and they're easy to produce. Yeah, I mean, it's we are on an ongoing process right now. It's we want to get the GT3 out obviously as soon as possible, so customers can see exactly the quality that we're actually producing. With that, the FEL and then consequently the leader and the concert all wagon. So I mean, there's 4 projects that we are heavily invested in right now. But yeah, we want to do the DMU. We want to do a DMU. We've got plans to do that. So that's something else that's in the mix. So yeah, I mean, anybody got any other questions that we can think of? Have I covered everything, Mike? Is there anything I've missed? Should we have some porn pictures?
Dad, calm yourself.
So good. So good.
So from
those who missed out on the first run of the GT3 as well, because that allocation was sold out, feel free to go onto the website and register. For the expression of interest for the potential second run. We have had quite a large take up on that, and we're obviously envisaging that that's going to increase as time goes on, because obviously, word of mouth and how well it runs. It's got some great pulling power. We love how much it pulls. Yeah, I mean, that's just great right now. We love it. We think it's a fantastic piece of kit. Yeah, can't wait to see that on uploaded onto people's YouTube pages, and so Ian, hi mate, how's it going? An XLMS
dynamometer. Come on, old fogey. Keep up.
I know. Your false teeth are playing up. It's something we have looked into. We got plans for one. We couldn't get a whole lot of history on it because it was pretty sketchy. So that's something that we're still playing around with in the background. If we get any further details on it, then I don't see any reason why not. I mean, Rapido did one for the LNER side of the country, so I don't see why we shouldn't do an LMS one to at least, marry the GT3. That could definitely be of use. We also got details on what was it now? Oh, one of the RTC coaches. Because obviously Hornby's brought out their lab number 10. We've got details for one of the other labs, which is a very interesting build. It's going to be very technologically involved. We can't kind of give out any more details than that right now, primarily because that's about as much as we've got right now. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be, it's going to be an interesting build when that comes out. Yes, definitely.
Any news on the King in N? Yes, we're still taking expressions of interest. Temporarily, we did pull the Engage collection from our website temporarily. But yes, we are still taking expressions of interest. So if you are interested, if you do want to see one, by all means, sign up. It costs you nothing. If you have any suggestions for the King as well, anything you specifically want to see, by all means, send us a message on Facebook, email us. My emails are always open. You feel free to call us as well. Not that one. That one, though. Don't call him. He's a pain on the phone. But that hopefully that answers Sir Marty Smith's question as well. Is it all right to message you on Facebook? Yes. Our DMs are always open. You're always free to message us. King isn't on our website at the moment. Give me a second.
Sam, so in answer to your question for the S160, the problem with that, and we have done some research on it, is as much as it was used in the UK, it was built abroad. So details on that are extremely sketchy right now. I think it would be a very interesting steam locomotive to bring out, but it's getting the details on it. That's the problem. There's just one of those things. Hamish, send Michael an email on that. We'll see if we can sort something out. We have got some spare sound chips. Lee, sorry, I don't understand your question, mate.
As you've done the fell with those connecting rods, Sentinel did an 080, which I remember seeing in the Longmore military railway colours.
So you want us to do a Sentinel because we can do a 080 loco? Is that how I read that? Just asking. RTC Medusa. That rings a bell. What does that ring a bell?
Probably because you are way too involved.
Well, there is that.
For those who were interested in the Engage King, it's on our website now. I fixed the issue. It's now back. So for those who didn't quite catch it before, if you are interested in the King, by all means, please sign up. Because the more people that do, the higher chance it does get made.
We've had a few comments as well about the accuracy of the King drawings that we have. I mean, the purists have turned around and said, oh, it's not correct. They've done this, they've done that. Well, I think the King has to be one of the most modified locomotives through its life. So as it's gone on, people have basically, gone from one funnel to two. They've changed this, that, and the other. So how much of it really could you do without major re-engineering? There has to be a point where you draw the line and go, okay, this is it. It could be just a morphed version of basically what's in preservation. I know it doesn't fit in with everybody's remit, but you can't produce 15 different models or variations of the same model just because this has changed 20 years on from when it first came out, yada, yada, yada. Changing the color, that's the easy bit. There still has to be a certain level of commitment on that as well. But at the end of the day, if you change a part, it requires a tool. If you make that tool, that's an additional cost. You've then got the manufacturing side of it as well. So I know you can go to a certain degree with certain aspects of the build, but at the end of the day, it's just you have to draw the line somewhere. So yeah, I mean, we'd love to do the the King, but right now we don't even have enough interest for doing kind of the one model. So to do potentially 15 at a minimum order for each model, that would outstrip what we're selling in the double O gauge version. So right now, and I understand the reticence because of the issues historically with what has gone on in the past, earlier on last year. I can't keep up with the year now. So at the end of the day, support us with what we're bringing out, and then everything will kind of follow suit after that. So we are making progress. We're bringing out good quality models. We're trying to bring them in the timescale that we promised, but no one saw this coming with COVID. So
Nobody could have predicted this.
No, I don't think anybody sat down at the end of 2019 and said, "Hey, we're gonna have a real crap 2020." So, anything else, guys? That's just a modified Black 5, Ian. Sorry, mate. I mean, I'm sure there's kits, scratch-built kits that you can modify an existing Black 5. I'm not sure viably if we could do that. How much could we get interest-wise for one? I'm not sure. I can't imagine it would be a big seller.
You love showing that off, don't you?
I know. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good.
I should state as well, both me and my father are very, very excited to have that in the country, to have the GT3 finally delivered to people, because both of us have seen it run. We've seen every single little intricacy and detail that has been put into the model, and we are very happy with how it looks. And I think you guys are going to love it just as much as we have. So we are also just as impatient as you guys are. So please bear with us. We are trying our hardest to get it in the country. We really are.
You will not be disappointed. It'll be well worth the wait.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just like your last girlfriend telling you to wait. You're just going to have to wait for it. It's going to be worth it. I'm telling you. So, yeah. Someone mentioned, where's that gone now? I can't see it now. Someone said, where's the decoder located? Who was that?
Toby Ball, where is the chip located in the GT3? Is it in the tender?
Yes, it is.
And we can put that one to bed.
There's the burglar alarm system.
Bit late, isn't it? You're already in?
Yeah. Four-legged burglar alarm. There you go. Yes. Yes, it's located in the tender. It's super easy to get into if you need to. It just, the sides of the tender just clip out, lifts right off. It's there. You don't need to be a genius to figure out how to get one in. Just like every other decoder, just be careful when you put the pins in. You just don't want to bend any. It's as simple as that. Yeah, there's tons of room, so it's not like you got to worry about sliding the body back on the tender. As I say, it's like everything else that you deal with. I mean, I've just had some fun with a 9F, so.
Yeah, that was fun to listen to.
Yeah.
That was fun to listen to.
Oh,
you were on the phone before trying to put that in.
Yeah, no, cursing and swearing because it wouldn't go in.
Yeah.
So the buddy wouldn't go back on it. But anyways, so yeah. Yeah, everything's kind of ticking along quite happily. Is any final questions? Oh, Mike, the fellas are doing pretty good right now. We're just waiting for
the revised sample.
So, yeah, that should be here. Like I said earlier on, that should be here middle of next month. So we'll do track testing. We'll have a video, and then people, can see it running in its glory.
Thomas Corkill, can the fell be paid in one installment? Yes. On our store page, just above the pay in installments button, you can add it to your cart, and then you click on the cart in the top right of the screen, and then pay for it. Just like that. Very simple. And when is the closing date? We do have a closing date, don't we? It is going to stop at some point.
Yeah. That typically is when all the samples have been done, the painted samples been signed off on, and basically we're at the final stage where we can then place the order with the factory. The difference between the factory's commitment for a locomotive compared to a wagon is the costings. We've basically agreed that we would buy so many of the Concitour wagons. So that's why the allocation on that is going very quickly. If you have, like I said before, if you haven't signed up for the concert, do so, because there isn't a whole lot of the allocation left on that right now. Yeah. So if you're sitting on the fence, crack on.
So when it comes, will it be fitted as 080 or 040 040? Are you talking about the Fell, Mr. Trod?
Yeah.
Because that's either 4444 or 484. But I think we haven't actually ironed out that detail yet, but I think it's going to arrive in 4444 and have the connecting rod separate from it initially. But it's not a difficult hook in at all. It's not difficult to put the connecting rod in if that's what you wanted.
You regardless of which model you'll own, you have the option of running either of the conrod sets. Yeah. It's a 3-piece conrod set. We had to do it that way for the engineering side of it. I'm sure that's going to cause controversy on our end, but quite frankly,
don't say that. Don't say that.
The purist there will just rip me a fresh one, but there you go. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, anyone who's got any minor tools for doing servicing on your locos will have a nut spanner. So you just basically undo the crank pins on one side, fit the extra crank, and you go from a 4444 to a 080.
484.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 484.
There you go. Not sure how many payments I've paid on the Fell 2, I think. Andy Reid, if you want to send me an email, I can help figure that out for you. But I think everything should be on your account. If you log in through our website, it should be there for you. If you're struggling to find it and you're having further issues, then yeah, send me an email through the Contact Us page on our website, and I can help you out.
Sam, leave it alone. If you want to do that, you can. It is possible. It doesn't affect the gearing.
We're not going to stop you, but we're going to judge you.
Yes. The gearing. I mean, the conrods are basically just there for cosmetic reasons. They're not there for anything else other than making it look good.
Neil Collinson, was it quite tricky to keep the pony trucks on the Fell to stay on the track?
No, because they're the same as any other, pony truck. To be honest, they're spring loaded, so they actually provide traction onto the track. It's a cast chassis on the Fell, so there's plenty of weight there to push the pony trucks down. That's one of the reasons why we need to get the sample in and just confirm that with it running through points and going around tight corners and stuff like that. So this is why we do the track testing. So basically, we run it under the same conditions that you guys would run it under, and then take it from there. So yeah.
Brandon Morley asks, is the tender permanently connected? I'm assuming you mean on the GT3. If you are, no, it's not connected. Well, it's not permanently connected. It's very easy to pull it apart, but it will arrive as one whole unit connected.
Yeah, this is because the close coupling system that we've used to basically not have that honking great gap that you see on other loco tender driven or tender steam locomotives. Because on the GT3, it is extremely close coupled. So we have a system whereby it is beautifully, close coupled. So it will arrive pre-coupled. But if you choose to detach it, it is relatively simple to put it back together. You just have to be like any other locomotive. You just have to be careful with it. Don't go ham-fisted on it.
Yeah, don't jam it in there. You'll break it. I think that's a life pro tip for everything.
I wasn't going to say a thing.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
No.
I know you too well. I'm you, but better looking.
I take it Mike's off to the pub now. He just put going to bail out now. Oh, Mike's off to the bar then.
Take care, Mike Trod. I was running that because you'd got the code in the tender. Yes, but it'll arrive in one whole piece. But yeah, dog's going mental. All right, so it looks like I'm taking charge for this bit. You do what you need to do. Any other questions? Any other concerns or issues that anybody would like addressed?
Well, I think we can wrap it up pretty much if no one's got anything else.
We'll give it a minute, let people type up their responses. There is a bit of a delay between us saying it and them receiving it. Any plans for one of the steam locos other than the leader, such as the Midland Railway's Big Bertha or the Great Eastern's Decapod? If you do have any suggestions like that, any models you would like to see, by all means, use the contact us page on our website and send them to us. Any suggestions that you do have, any models that you would like to see, do get taken seriously. So yeah, anything at all, any models, locomotives, wagons, coaches, send them to us. Is there much interest for the leader now?
The speakers in the tender, underneath the PCB board and the decoder, and it's a ESU 28mm.
In the fell?
And it's in the.
He asked in the fell.
He said in the fell, didn't he? Sorry, I misread that. Sorry, my fault, my bad eyes.
Yeah.
In the fell. Right now we've only got the one speaker location for the fell. We haven't done the sound testing on it yet. We do have the option of increasing that to 2 speakers. We do have capacity, and they're both. If we do go for 2, they'll be in each nose. Right now they're just in one nose, but as I say, that's part of the development process that we will be undergoing. As obviously we get the samples, etc. So basically that's part of the process. Is
there much interest for the leader now? A lot of it. Overwhelmingly so.
Yes. There has been a huge uptake on the leader. So that, as I say, that's not the reason why we didn't put anything in the last newsletter. It was basically because we just didn't have anything to report further than, hey, we've released it. So there is a lot of work going on in the background with that. We don't have any further details, but the next newsletter we should have some concrete details on liveries and all the other things. As we mentioned before, we should have 3 options mechanically for the leader. So the DC fitted and DCC sound. Anything else?
Thanks for the updates and everything, guys. See you at Wally next year, hopefully. We hope so as well, because we do like seeing all of your wonderful faces.
Who were you looking at last year?
Me. I just see me and everybody else.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that.
No, I mean, all joking apart, yeah, I mean, Wally is a great portal to meet you guys. One-on-one, feedback is always appreciative. And as I say, next year we should have some last remaining GT3 ones that weren't used, because we have built some to cover any warranty or repair issues. So we'll probably be at a point where we can release those next year.
Just a quick one. How much are payment installations for the leader? Depending on which one you get, if you get DCC ready, it's split up into 3 payments with a down payment of £50 initially, and then the other 100 split across the 2 payments. And the DCC sound is 249 split up across 4 payments. So my brain really isn't in for quick maths at the moment, but I'm sure you can figure. Don't laugh. I can see you laughing there. Pack it in. But yeah, the order book is still open right now. So if you do want to place your order, I'd do it soon. If you are still on the fence, hopefully we should have the refined EP sample before the order book does close. So you'll have plenty of time when we post the photos and video of that going.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, we're still working through a lot of the details as far as the leader goes. So yeah, I mean, come early part of next year, we should have all the CAD drawings completed by then. That's when the order book will open. So actually, start taking the orders. But if anything, if the interest that we've had so far is anything to go by, it's going to be tremendous. It's going to be a huge model, and it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Close to the felt. It's not a picture of beauty. It really isn't. And it's going to sound weird thing ever. It's going to look like a diesel, but sound like a steam loco.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a weird one. Hamish asks, "What colours?"
Yeah, still working through that.
Say again.
Hamish, what colours are the leader going to be in? We're not too sure yet. Because the problem you've got with the leader is what was it going to be coloured in, other than its original kind of pre-livery colour, shall we say? So it's one of those things where we've got to do the research on it right now. There's going to be a couple. I mean, it was destined to come out in BR green. It should have been in BR black. It's like I don't think there's ever going to be any BR blue, because someone suggested that for the GT3, but we'll see.
Will there be spares of any models if I want an extra later? Well, considering we make ours to order, if we receive 1,000 orders, we make 1,000 models, and then we make a couple more on top of that to cover warranty, in case someone does receive a defective model for whatever reason. So to answer that question, no, not really. If you are,
we have spares of sound decoders, we'll have spares of motors. That's pretty much all you're going to need. We've got spares of the PCB boards. I mean, everything else other than that, yeah, I mean, how far do you go? I mean, if you have an issue that we can cover under warranty, it'll just be a straight swap. So yeah, don't worry about, it's just, if something craps out later on, like the motor or the sound decoder or the PCB board, yes, we'll swap that, not a problem.
Yeah, we can fix any technical issues that you have. However, if you do miss the mark and you want one after the order book is already closed, you're more than free to sign up for a second run if we do decide to go forward with a second run, much like we are doing with the GT3 right now, because a lot of people miss the mark and they're still interested in one as the project's gone forward. So that's about as much as we can say right now regarding making more after the fact. I like the blanked out production schedule, Bianchi. 7 items on there. It's a mystery. We'll never know.
Brandon's got a keen eye. Bless him. But if he notices the bottom one is blank. I've covered up the ones that actually mean something, because otherwise we'll never hear the last of it from you guys.
Yeah, we'll never know what's on that board. Not even he knows.
No.
Oh god.
Anything else? Is that it, guys?
Seen some lovely liveried leader models out there. The black seems in fitting with other prototypes, even if not authentic. Fingers crossed then.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be like the pre-prototype version, the black version, and the BR green version. So there should be 3 liveries with DCC fitted, and DCC sound. So you'll have 9 options to choose from.
Yep.
Potentially. Sorry, 6 options to choose from. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking then.
Lord knows what's going through your mind.
I know, it scares me at times, I tell you.
Right,
anything else?
What is the update on the Clayton Diesel? We're still taking expressions of interest. So if you still want a DHP1, much like every other model we release for expression, sign up for it. It costs you nothing. It takes very little time. Please do sign up for it if you do want to see it.
The update for the DHP1, though, realistically, is that we are so close to actually being able to produce this thing with the right customer base. So if you do want one, show your support. Yeah, it's an unusual one because some prototypes were scrapped because they weren't kind of fitting with the time, which is the GT3's issue, which is why that didn't exist. The Clayton DHP1 was just a howling mechanical failure because it was produced on behalf of Rolls-Royce, and it just did not work. So yeah, I mean, if you want one to add in your collection, then that is definitely the one to go. So yeah, I mean, relatively easy. Yeah, just sign up for it. We're so close with the numbers on that. The CAD work's complete. We're literally ready to just open the order book and start on tooling. That's how close we are with the DHP1. So yeah,
we really want to see that come to production as well.
Literally a handful of people will tip us over to be able to open the order book on the DHP1. Yeah. 00, Robert. That answers that quick question.
And Hamish asks, how easy will it be to renumber the leader?
Just like renumbering any other model. You get a Q-tip or a cotton board and some T-cut, cut away the old number and have at it. I mean, 36001 is the original number, the only number they actually finished, even though I think there were 6 that were due to be completed as prototypes. But yeah. So yeah, it should be relatively easy. It's no different than any other model. Not quite as complex as trying to renumber the GT3 because that's actually an etched plate, but there you go. It's an embossed plate.
Are we sound fitting the DHP1 as well?
We're looking into the sound on that. That's why that's still kind of one of the things that we're dealing with right now is the sound issue. because of the mechanics of it, there's so little room in it. Hang on, I have a model.
Oh, he loves doing this, guys.
Well,
he's so proud of this.
Wow, I don't know what you mean. So, like we said before, this is the model or the body shell of the DHP1, printed off my 3D printer. So we gave it some steroids. If you were building O, this is the size it would come out as. But no, the problem you've got is it's going to be a twin drive. So the motor's going to be in the middle with the prop shaft running either end. That doesn't leave a whole lot of space to put anything else in electronically wise. So we're struggling to find where we can put the speaker. We're looking at the fuel tanks right now, but we've got to fit in that's where the decoder is going to end up going, which doesn't leave a whole lot of space for speakers, etc. So yeah, we are. That's one of the development things that we're going to be doing in the coming months with it. You know, as I say, once we actually hit the go button on that.
I think it's just you at this point. Cooper just doesn't like you.
No, there's people walking past the front of the office. Anyway, anything else?
I think it's about time we wrapped up. I don't think there's any more questions.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Nope, no more questions.
Second production run of what? The leader? Is that how I'm reading that? Maybe. Anyways, okay, guys, it was nice to have you all on board. Yeah, check out the next newsletter. It's going to be a fun-packed thing, and there is something very interesting coming out in the press at the beginning of December. That's all I'm going to say. We will have a Facebook post on that, and there's a good chance it will be in the newsletter as well. If you're not receiving the newsletter for whatever reason, send Michael an email, and basically we'll add you onto one of the lists or send you the link to the right list, because of privacy regulations we can't add you direct. Okay, so if that's all, we'll sign off.
One final note. If you do want to contact me, you can. There is two ways of doing it. You can either contact me via the website on our Contact Us page, or you can email me directly there. I've just posted my email in the chat. So if anybody does want to get a hold of me for whatever reason, by all means, send me an email. Right, I think that's it.
Yeah, well, I think we did a good one. 58 minutes. Look at that. Who knew we could pack an hour? There you go.
Oh, I've had fun.
And there's still time to go down to the pub, guys. So have at it. Okay, well, we'll sign off and look out for the next newsletter, and we'll see you guys soon.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good night. Bye.